Hey guys, it's Tim here. Just gonna take off on a little rainy day drive in the Fiesta and get some good POV footage here. Just started raining, so let's do some backroads, see how it goes. Alright. Now, right now, this car is completely stock. It came with all-season, high-performance all-season tires. But I am switching those over tomorrow to some Summers. Got some Firestone Indy 500s I'm going to put on. They were stupid cheap, so some horses. These are some nice back roads here. Got some farmland. People probably think I'm an idiot with this GoPro on my head, but it's all good. So I did want to do a short review and overview of what it's like to have this car for the few thousand miles I've had it. I've had it about 3,000 miles. And I've had it about since the beginning of March. I bought it in February, but they delivered it to me in March. And I absolutely love it. I'm coming from a B8 Audi S4, so this was quite a change. But I think it was for the good. So let's talk about the car some more. Immediately when you get in and you start driving it, it's a go-kart. So it's very lightweight and the steering is very tight. It is strong. It turns with little input and it gives great feedback. My daily driver is a 2012 Civic, base model Civic, and going from that to this as a switch is not, you don't feel it's that much lighter. This car actually almost feels heavier than the Civic because it's so planted, but it is very easy to whip around corners. The Civic, on the other hand, while it felt as light, it does have a much lighter steering and it gives much less feedback compared to this. So the steering is great. Matt Farrer even commented comparing this to the M3 steering. And I can see why. It just feels real good around these corners. The handling is great. It's absolutely superb for a car of this price range. This car rotates around the center axis, so when you go around a corner and you lift off the gas, you get a bit of oversteer in a good way. And I drove through Miles Standish State Forest, which is a very windy road, and I got to experience the lift-off oversteer right there. There's actually a video that my buddy Coderman made, point of view as well, of us going through Miles Standish. He's in his GT4. I am in this, in front of him, and we just had a blast. Honestly, a car like this is made for roads like Miles Standish. Windy, up and downs, and it's tight. It's not a wide road. And it's not huge straightaways like the highway. So this car on back roads, you don't feel like you're lacking power, which brings us to our next point, is the power. On the highways, you can pass people fine, but it's not for straight line speed, of course. It's a 1.6 liter engine putting out 197 horsepower on overboost. It's 180 if you're not in overboost. But it does have over 200 pound-feet of torque. Now, that might be underrated actually at the crank. This 1.6 liter engine is extremely torquey for what it is. It actually limits power in first and second gear. So, and you can feel that too. When you're at slow speeds and you put it in second gear, that limits power. But if you put it in third gear, you can really feel a difference. Now, the limiting factor is traction, and that's why I'm getting summer tires. It's a little wet out, but I think it's stopped raining, so I'm gonna turn off my wipers. If I can remember how to. There we go. Keep traction control on. You can see it blinking there. This will spin tires through first and second gear. With summer tires, we'll see if it spins tires through second gear. Now we're heading up to one of my favorite spots to just drive by. Not fast, but just relax. And that's a reservoir up ahead. If you ever want to hang out with me, guys, if you know me, and you want to just chill in the afternoon, hit me up. We'll drive down here, and it has the most amazing sunsets over here. People will line up over here to just park and take pictures. So imagine here, just cars lined up. And this is why there's this reservoir area over here. And the sun sets right over those hills. It's great. We got some area on the left too. So why did I buy this car? Well, I used to have a B8 S4. Love that thing. Although it was higher mileage, and it obviously was not the cheapest thing to maintain. So I daily drove a Civic for quite a while, that base model Civic, and you know, it got me places, but it's slow. It's not fun. It can be if you push it, but it's not fun. There's no low end torque. There's not really no torque at all. It's a Civic. Come on, guys. So I started looking around, and I wanted a Mazda Miata. Check out this view, by the way. Absolutely stunning. I wanted an older Miata, or even a newer one. But I came across so many reviews of this car right here, just praising it. You know, Matt Farah praising it, comparing it to an M3, of course on Backroads, not in a straight line or at the track, but also plenty of other YouTubers, you know, Matt Morin, reviews. He does a great job. Love him. You know, that dude in blue. Awesome guys saying so many good things about this car. I just set up a test drive, and I didn't know how to learn. I didn't know how to drive manual. My buddy Matt had to come out and test drive with me. So thank you, Matt. His name's Coderman. If you want to follow his YouTube channel, if you don't already. He's got a really cool Porsche GT4. He used to have a E92 M3, which was just as fun, but the Porsche really is a step up. But yeah, we test drove it, and feeling the torque around 3,000 RPMs, something you'll never get in a Miata, of course. Of course, you get the top-down action with the Miata. But people are saying for a hot hatch, this is the closest thing to a Miata. And I don't doubt them. Now I have all the options in here except painted wheels and calipers, but I do get nav, I get the Recaros, which is one of the best parts of this car, and it's superb. And look, it's sunny out again. Adjust this a little bit. There we go. Now I can see a little better. And I've had no problems with this car in the 3,000 miles I've had it. And they say it has good reliability. I think there's a guy with over 160, 170,000 miles in the Fiesta ST group on Facebook, which is insane. And it's still running. He hasn't had any major repairs at all. As a first manual car, I cannot recommend this car enough. This was my first manual car. I actually had no clue. Well, I had a clue, but I really didn't have any experience driving manual before this, before I got it in February/March. And I stalled it. I stalled it the first several weeks a lot. But I had these good back roads, which at nighttime is really the best way to learn manual. You know, you get home from work, you just start driving this in the back roads at night where no one else is out. And yeah, if you stall, you stall. No big deal. It's part of learning. And it doesn't take that long to learn. At least with a car like this, with the light clutch, you know, you can hold it down longer than you need to. Let's go this way. Now, my buddy Matt, I got to try his GT4, at least I sat in the driver's seat. And that's not a good car to learn manual in. The clutch was 3 times heavier than this. Getting in it, and I tried pushing down the clutch. I'm like, is this clutch even supposed to go down? That's how much heavier it is than this car. So I always wonder what it meant when my friends would say, oh, you got a light clutch. Well, now I understand. Now, I'm just driving this around, not going crazy today. However, I will try to get this out to Miles Standish soon. And that'll be a fun road to watch in POV. Oh, the torque is... This car feels like it's German. Not German, but European in general. And it basically is. Fiestas have been around in Europe since the 70s. We got a taste of it here in the US. But Fiesta ST is like... Fiestas are the Honda Civic of the United Kingdom. It's crazy. One of the best-selling cars there for decades. And the ST model, of course, is popular there. Seeing just the base Fiesta is popular there as well. And they got narrow roads. You know, it's a perfect car. And basically, it's been in Europe for all these years, and it's been developed. I think they even build them in Germany. If you were to get the car from, you know, in the European market. Here, I think they build it in Mexico. Pretty sure. But Ford, hats off to you for your hot hatches. Ooh, traction control going off there. Won't push it too hard. But yeah, overall, am I happy with this car? Absolutely. I'll make a separate video comparing this car to the B8 S4 I drove, what it's like to go from a heavy, all-wheel drive sports sedan with quite a bit of power to basically a go-kart. I think that'll be an interesting video. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see that. And I'll also let you know if I like this better than that Audi I had. I think the answer might surprise you. Alright, well, since I'm behind this truck, I guess I will sign off. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and I hope to make more videos soon. Peace.